Welcome to TVC Short Stories, where stream meets consciousness. Now, on to today's stories. Dark Thoughts. Advice. Considering the nature of this Reddit, I will be careful in my wording and any response is taken in a completely hypothetical context. The question: if I put myself in my soon-to-be ex's mindset, how would I be any different? I knew she was unhappy, and I was on eggshells trying to get her into counseling. That puts me at peace, but there was one thought I recall that disgusted me for even being in my mind. At one point I thought about cheating on her and telling her soon after. I hid this one to myself and actually considered discussing divorce with my closest friends and family when she first turned down counseling roughly 1 year before the affair as a counter-thought. Here's what terrifies me: what if she had the same thought process, but under duress didn't think things through? What if she wanted to be caught in a lie, so it would be easier to end things? I hate finding myself in these thought processes, but am I the only one second-guessing myself on this? Is actions being stronger than words a cop-out? I feel less justified thinking this and I don't like it. Am I a covert narcissist like she is? Developed relationship with the other women's significant other after I disclosed affair to him. Advice. I recently discovered my long-term boyfriend's affair. The morning after D-Day I contacted the other woman's current boyfriend who she was also cheating on, and disclosed what I had discovered to him. He had suspicions but we were both in absolute shock and debilitated with sadness. We slowly developed a support system within each other. We both were so lost and confused and shared any emotion or question we had to one another. We spoke almost every day, checking in on each other, and slowly started to realize we had a lot in common. Our friendship grew and morphed into romantic feelings and just complete adoration. We both are still processing the affair but have all these new emotions for each other and a longing to be with the other. Has anyone else experienced something like this or has any insight? I keep wondering if it's real or if we both are just in survival mode looking to cope, but it feels almost unreal how well we connect. Relationships developed in these situations usually last longer than normal relationships because you both are sailing the same boat. Let the cheaters enjoy each other because they will end up cheating on each other. Dump them both at the same time and start your relationship with the other betrayed partner and rub it in their faces. This will give you a good partner and you will have the satisfaction of revenge as well. You should probably take a step back from this. It's almost like a rebound thing. You are both in pain and understand what the other is going through, and you were both betrayed by people you love under the same circumstances. It's easy to see why or how you could start to seek comfort in each other. The danger here is that neither of you have processed your feelings alone because you've been busy processing them together. But something like betrayal is a very individual thing, and to some extent it's better if you do that processing alone. Not saying that it couldn't work out, but you're not really working through it if you're leaning on each other for support with romantic feelings in the way. Shit, I can understand your point. Appreciate your thoughts. Make sure the relationship isn't solely built upon what the cheaters did. Build something on a foundation of trust, respect, commitment, and love. Break off with the cheaters and go on with your own lives. Trauma bonding. Extremely common, and not limited to victims of a cheater. Do life really get better after betrayal? It just sounds like a cheesy message to make you feel better. Need support? I was dealt with one of the worst D-Days imaginable a few months ago. Check post history. It still hurts, but I'm trying to get myself together with IC, books, family support, and exercise. I am trying to stop wondering if my SDBX will regret her actions in the future, if she hasn't already. I can only control my actions and work on healing. Anyways, I now have to move back in with parents. They suggest that I stay long enough to save for a down payment for my first house. I am really not looking forward to moving back home. I've grown accustomed to independence, and now it is gone. While supportive, some family members tend to try and control my life at times. I don't need that right now. As crazy as it sounds, I really miss my SDBX at times. I often wish that she never ruined our marriage by cheating and lying for years. I thought we had a great situation. I loved her companionship and her family. I would have done anything for her. I really thought we would be together forever. People keep feeling me to love myself and focus on me, and I will find someone much better soon. What does that even mean? I never had a circle of friends before meeting my SDBX. I only have a couple of hobbies. One thing that has helped is investing in a new wardrobe. I plan on getting in a cooking or self-defense course soon. Honestly, I'm just doing most these things at the request of family and my IC. They say it will all help. Despite this betrayal, I still want to be a husband and father one day. I'll be 30 next month. I'm afraid of wasting too much time trying to find the right person. Dating sucks. I know I'm a great guy, but shyness and awkwardness takes over a lot. I have no idea how to approach women in any situation. When I was with my SDBX, I was relieved that I didn't have to deal with the dating game anymore. Sorry if this is a long post. I just woke up feeling down, and needed to vent. I'm an idiot. Rant. For years I supported her in every way I could. We never had too much money, but I always made sure she got no occasion flowers now and then. I bought her a beautiful engagement ring and hung it on our Christmas tree when she wasn't looking. When our son was born, I stood by her and cared for her. When she started having complications, I never left her side. I tried to be as emotionally supportive through the postpartum depression and the PTSD. I got her into therapy to help her. I helped develop her professionally to where she now makes 4x what she did a few years ago. But I was stupid. I forgave the first she cheated with a friend because we were new. Then again because she broke up with me the night before. And again with her boss because she was pregnant and not thinking straight. And then when she moved on to a coworker, I had it. We broke up. Our son was 7 months old. He's an amazing little boy, by the way. He gets away with so much because he always knows just the right way to make you smile. Anyway, we were apart for a while. But she promised she changed this time. And I let her fool me. For the first time in such a long time, she was putting effort into the relationship. She was actually putting me first. I thought it was different. I thought we have a son. It's worth one more chance for our son. She's giving in the relationship again instead of taking. And so I gave her rules. And she tried for a while. The only one that matters was that she can't delete anything from her phone. Well, sure enough, she takes a management position I had left a while back. And I expressed concern about an employee because he was that type. She assured me everything was fine. I went to her workplace because she had been working a lot to get used to the new position, so she took a break to spend lunch with our son. I heard her alarm go off her meds, so I went to turn it off. Wasn't even going through her phone this time, and I noticed a message from the employee: "I'm sorry. It's just really hard not thinking about someone you have feelings for." I turned off her alarm. I gave her her pills. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. The whole day goes by. She doesn't mention the message. Okay. It's fine. She might want to tell me in person. Face-to-face communication is always better about touchy subjects. She gets home. We chat for a minute. Nothing. I take her phone and sure enough the message is gone. I end it right there. Did they hook up? He says yes, though he turned out to be a psychopath. She says no. But they did 2 days later anyway. It's been a few weeks now? We still live together. Haven't figured out what to do with the house yet. Neither of us can afford lawyers since I lost my job. And I'm browsing Reddit when I saw the video of the cute dog falling into the algae-filled pond. And I laughed. And just as I was about to turn my phone to show her, I stopped. Now I'm locked in the bathroom typing this. It doesn't feel the same this time. She has taken no blame. I'm sad. Sad I wasted my time and energy on her. Mad at her for treating me badly. Mad at myself for letting this happen. Sad my son will grow up in this situation. I want to put her through a wall. But I'm better than that. My son deserves his father. So instead I just sit here. Because I'm an idiot. Edit, I sometimes miss words when I type. I'm sorry, my hands can't keep up with thoughts. But I also don't have the wherewithal to reread it right now. Is addiction a cause for abusive behavior? I myself am not an addict, but I had an ex that was. I just want to understand the brain chemistry behind it. Would drugs make someone do horrendous things? Or is the intent already there, but drugs simply bring it out? We had so many problems in the relationship, but in the end addiction is one of the reasons I decided to break it off. To be constantly cheated on crushes you, and on top with extreme jealousy, I couldn't tell if these were just the way he is, or if the drugs turned him like this. There's been physical violence in the past apparently due to drugs, choking and slapping me on his part, hair pulling, and I never really got over it and forgave him. I guess part of me is to blame also for the dissolution of the relationship, because I always carried resent for the things he did to me and couldn't let go and threw it in his face repeatedly. Of course it wasn't always bad, there were very happy moments, I even thought at one point we would get married and have kids together. But many of the issues in the relationship he blamed because of his addiction. I couldn't handle it anymore. Is it selfish of me to have left? To throw a few years away together? Would addiction compel someone to do things they otherwise would never do? I did try to help get clean, but later I would find out he was doing drugs in secret. Sometimes he told me I could have tried harder, such as slapping him and forcing the drugs away from him and calling him a dumbass, to really show how angry I was at him for using, to really drive home that what he was doing was wrong. WS destroyed our marriage, and she's angry at me for it. Post-separation. I've been married to my wife for nearly 2 years. No kids, no property. We have been in a dead bedroom since shortly before the wedding. We went to counseling and it failed. I considered leaving if she didn't get any additional help. I recently found out that she's been in a sexual/emotional affair with an old college friend for over a year. It has taken place at his place, as well as ours. Also unprotected. It has gone on before and after our counseling ended. When confronted, she tried lying until I showed her the evidence. She apologized repeatedly. She claims that she never planned on leaving me for him. I have filed for annulment. I've had enough of the lies. This is my first relationship and sexual partner. I know I deserve better. I'm in IC trying to get my head straight. Support from family and friends has been helpful too. I am focusing on myself now. I'm investing in a nicer wardrobe. I'm exercising more, and I'm planning to join a class, cooking, self-defense etc. My mind still shifts to the whys of her actions. After D-Day, she tried being extra nice, and give me space. She apologized repeatedly, and said she wouldn't be able to live with herself for a long time. She was blindsided when I served her the papers. She believed that we could work it out. After finding out that she isn't entitled to any of my furniture, she has been cold and mean. She packed her things and moved in with her sister. I don't understand how she could hurt me like this. We haven't spoken since she moved out. She is acting as if I did something wrong to her. I always tried to give 100% in our marriage, and made sure she was happy. Throughout our relationship and after D-Day, she said that I was her best friend. She said that I always made her feel comfortable with herself. She would always tell me that I was a good man. Was this real? I always wonder if she feels terrible for what she did. I did so much for her. This included traveling, cooking every night, and helping her study. I even used my connections to help her land her first job in her field of study. I don't know what I did to make her lose all sexual attraction and respect for me. Was I too nice? Why is she so angry right now? Will she regret losing me in the future? Do you think she will ever try to reach out again? This concludes today's episode. Thanks for tuning in. All the best wherever you are. Cheers.